Oh! Woo! That worked exactly how I wanted it to, actually.
Welcome to No Front Brakes, where I ride my mountain bike with a prosthetic arm. If you've been following my story recently, I've been having problems keeping my prosthetic on the bars, especially in the rain, which usually results in an OTB and forces me to dial back my confidence and speed. First, when I was at Angel Fire in June, I wiped out flying down the mountain. It was terrifying and it hurt. A few months later, I went to Evolution Bike Park in Crested Butte, Colorado. I lost it going over a tabletop on a blue trail. And finally, during the race down Spider Mountain, I went OTB in the rain and I had to run my bike down the rest of the course. After noodling on possible solutions for months, I tried something new, and it only involved zip ties and rubber bands. I have a video next month about all the crazy ideas I had, and spoiler, most of them were impractical, but I needed to throw everything I could think of at this problem. The day before the Lone Star Enduro, I went out to pre-ride with my friend Alden. It was his first race, and I really wanted him to see the stages, even if it meant riding in the rain. In over 4 years of riding, I've never ridden in the pouring rain. I was soaked to the bone, and I quickly realized that it's a completely different way to ride. You have to corner differently, brake differently, and time your pedal strokes differently.
I fell off of this last time I was here with the Lone Ranger and Joseph way back when. But that water's deep over there. I'm gonna try to ride across this. Here we go. I made it. That's all I wanted to do. Yeah, there's a lot of turns in here. Okay, there's a rock garden coming up. Oh God. Oh! Woo!
I say, very graceful. Threw the bike down.
Oh! There's a rock there. All right, pre-ride for Flat Creek. I don't know if you can tell it's still raining. This is Alden's first race.
What's up, guys?
So we'll see how it goes, man. He is a trooper. We don't ride in these conditions normally, and he rode every stage, so it's gonna be good. What's our goal? Finish. Just finish all the stages. Because if you finish all the stages, then you already won. Or something else that's just as inspirational.
The morning of the race, I drove out before daylight struck and I warmed myself up by a campfire.
All right, it's race day. I hosed the bike off last night. It looks pretty new. But all my stuff is still wet and still muddy. So I'll be riding with wet knee pads because I'm a dummy and didn't put them inside. And
first was Lookout. Listen to how different the trail sounds. It's like riding through a half-inch of peanut butter. Here is the exact moment I looked down and I realized that I didn't secure my prosthetic as planned. Needless to say, Lookout was a wash and needed a rerun. Next was Snakeskin. I slammed through the chunk. The pedally parts were starting to drain me, but I crushed the ending, and I stayed rubber side down through that rock garden. Mind the gap. Look at that doo-doo. It was slick, but those race bells helped me pick it up a notch. I sent the road gap too. Here's the part that sucked. With the mud, I didn't have momentum to get over this up in the trail. Lost precious time. It is nice to get to the bottom and have your friends there, though.
All right,
Two-step.
see you at the bottom.
I felt okay. I chickened out on the step down for sure. But I hit the new wooden jump and got super stoked on it.
Yes! Yeah, buddy. I hit that jump. Jill?
The wooden one?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
That was good.
Saloon is the most pedally trail and the toughest in the mud. It starts out with a decent descent down a fire road. Then you have to grind out a flat section. I almost laid it down on the wet limestone here.
Oh!
It ends with this punchy down and up on the other side. By far the roughest and slowest stage of the day for me.
Oh! Come on!
Finally, I wound up back at Lookout. I'll show most of this stage because it was the only one I felt relatively fast on.
Look out. Run number 2 of 2. Got a stick. Stay up. And it's like, My eye. Wow. I think I'm gonna call it a day.
So that's it. You could ride as many laps as you wanted, but to be honest, I just wanted to prove to myself that my new contraption was working.
Are people turning in chips?
If you want to, yeah. Put them in the foam right there.
I'm good. The stuff that was wet dried out, but the stuff that was really wet got worse. So I'm like, yeah, I had good runs on the other one, so I'm just gonna call it. Drink some beers.
I rode them all like this.
My bike was a mess, probably the muddiest it's ever been. And my shins looked like tree bark. Here's the results. Far from my best placement. 2 seconds away from not getting last place, but I stayed on my bike in the sloppiest conditions I've ever ridden in. You have to walk away from every experience with a positive outlook. This one was tough, but I'm still glad that I did it. I'm glad that I talked my friends Yvonne and Alden into racing. I proved to myself that my prosthetic can beat rainy conditions, and it added another data point to my theory that I can do anything that I set my mind to. And you can too. Make sure to smash that thumbs up and click the bell for notifications. Here's the prior race in the season, and here are some other Flat Creek videos to see what it's like when it's actually dry. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay shreddy.